Back in August 2007, here in Vancouver Island in British Columbia, there was a barge loaded with a large amount of logging equipment and tipped and lost all of its equipment overboard.
We monitor underwater sounds in Robson Bight, and we got this incredible recording. It just sounded like explosions. There were a number of pieces of equipment that sort of compressed each other and probably burst their fuel tanks.
Included with that equipment was a fuel tanker truck and a cube that's full of lubricating oil, which is quite dangerous.
The surface of the water was completely covered in diesel within a few hours. The fumes were so heavy that people got physically ill.
The area that we're sitting in right now is the Michael Biggs Ecological Reserve.
It's frequented by killer whales, who are an endangered species.
To have this toxic time bomb sitting on the bottom was unquestionably dangerous to the whales. Immediately afterwards, there were whales in Robson Bight, and they came right into the midst of this intense diesel fumes. So we were, of course, very worried about the orcas. It was obvious that this was a situation that needed salvaging.
There are not very many companies in this world that can do this project. Mammoet and Global were the company that to do it cost effectively and safely. This is a very challenging job.
The truck weighs about 5 tons, and with the diesel it weighs 15 tons.
The depth of the water is about 350 meters, which is a challenge. The depth is almost the height of the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
It's quite hard, 1,200 feet deep.
Way beyond the depth where you can send divers down.
At 350 meters it's totally different. It's very complex.
We never did it before.
This is the first time this work has been done.
Nobody has done it before.
I don't think it's been done before.
There are potential problems at any turn, and everybody has to be ready for them, so we have to be very careful about how we proceed.
This is DWRC. We build it in our facility in Edmonton, Canada.
Yeah, this is the first project where we have to think inside the box instead of outside.
The basic plan is we're going to put down clump weights, those large yellow weights by the crane.
Clump weights prevent the box from spinning and put it in the right position above the truck.
The box will be guided down over the top of the truck.
The front and back have to be just right, because they only have 20 centimeters on every side to get that box over the truck.
20 centimeters on both sides, that's nothing. So you have to do it very slowly.
So if a box hits the fuel truck, yeah, that'd be a problem.
On each end of that box there's a pipe.
Well, that's the beam that's going to slide down over the side of the truck, and then it's going to swing underneath the bumper of the truck, and the other beam is going under the back end, so gravity will do the job.
Theoretically, when we pick it up, we're no longer picking up the box, we're picking the truck up.
It's going to be sort of like being on top of the Empire State Building and dropping a crane with a big metal box down to the street and picking it back up and putting it back on the roof. And we're going to do it in the dark, in a windstorm.
It's difficult though, but nothing is impossible.
What we have here is pretty much the whole package. We have a black and white camera, high resolution color camera, 4 LED lights, sonar, 5 function manipulators, a claw that can open and close and grab onto something. This machine can do just about anything a human can do, especially at these depths. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's it. There it is.
What's the operational plan for the pick of the cube? Let's just walk through the process.
Best to using the crane with the ROV-friendly hook, position that over the cube and put the hooks in.
What if those pails have leaked and they're inside that box and we stand it up and now we have oil coming out?
During the recovery we will have one oil boom and we'll have the Burrard Clean people also on standby.
So what they're doing out here is they're deploying some protective boom. That if there is any hydrocarbons that come up to the surface during the lift, that the boom can contain them and we can collect them safely. So this is a protective measure.
Most important thing is that we get it done in the right way.
Got a good plan. We'll be able to save the whales for the future generations that watch.
The ROV's waiting on the bottom with the cube, and they're going to carefully hook them to the cube, and we'll begin lifting very carefully.
Very carefully.
Very carefully.
As soon as the slings are connected, we slowly have to lift the cube because it's laying on its door side.
There we go, yeah, that's the way.
Now we hooked up the oil cube. Got both hooks on each corner, and then now we're getting ready to upright it and pick it up.
We got it.
Well done, well done.
Okay, I'm ready to
next phase.
We'll commence lifting.
Okay, coming to service.
You have to be very careful that during the lift the door is not opening. Because if it starts leaking on 350 meters deep, it will probably end up 1.5 miles south or east or west.
We're going up, nice and easy. So far no oil is coming out.
And we have two boats upstream and downstreams to check for oil.
There are a number of boats that are ready to deploy boom if and when needed.
30 meters. There are a few things that can go wrong. The vessel can fall apart. The door can break off if we are going too fast through the surface.
Faster.
Box hooked up, it's coming up all the way up.
Everybody's pretty happy right now.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, we got it.
Yeah, well, it's out. It went well. It's all contained.
Unbelievable, eh?
Yeah. Well done. This is an international team that was brought together by Mammoet, and they all worked very well together.
Okay, let's go for the real challenge. Eh?
Right, yeah.
The truck, tomorrow.
A great day yesterday, went very well. Today the weather is not so good, it's deteriorating pretty quickly.
We call it an official weather day this year. So we don't want that, the box hanging in the crane.
No.
No.
The wind will take it, the current will take it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
We cannot work because of environmental conditions like the weather, the wind, the waves. It's predicted to become up to 30 knots a day.
It's likely it'll be delayed a day, but the clock is ticking. Whales are returning very soon to this area, so we do need to get the job done.
This is a very important job to a lot of people locally. I mean, it's an environmentally sensitive operation. It's a deep water recovery.
It's the deepest salvage I did, and one would salvage it ever, but basically we cannot work today.
A marvellous day for sails. No wind, no swell, maybe rain.
We're shifting the barge to the truck right now. Still a bit of a current now.
We have to replace the anchors and reposition the barge in the right position to correspond with the position of the truck.
So we have to move everything very precise here.
It's the plan to see if we can get the hook on the bumper just to lift the front wheels so it's lined up with the current.
Well, as I understand, we're just going to be moving it slightly so that the wheels can be placed out of the barge.
That's right.
That's slightly in line with the current.
Absolutely.
Worst case scenario, what happens if something starts to leak and it doesn't stop leaking?
Maximum environmental response ready for when we do the lifting.
And we'd likely be putting boom out along beaches to protect it and kind of going up to the next level.
Yeah, you see the truck?
Oh, there's no pin on this though.
Hey, there is a pin.
I don't see one.
Hey, what happened to the pin?
No pin?
No pin.
No pin.
There was a pin in the pad eye on the bumper. We designed a hook to go behind the pin. Somebody took the pin. So that doesn't work anymore.
It looked like a pin on that video. I mean, we were all looking at it.
When you're doing a salvage job like this, there will be challenges, but you'll be able to adapt your plans to that and meet those challenges, and they're really doing that.
I have to check something.
In order to lift up the front of the truck, we have to come up with a way that we can put something in this pad eye to lift the truck up to change its heading.
Yeah.
We're talking about the pin.
But if you put a piece of short rope on it with a pin on the end of it, they could drop in and then put the hook in.
Well, that's what I thought.
If this is the bumper, we have an eye plate just like that. My idea is, what if we put a shackle in here and drop the pin in here?
Yeah, that'd certainly work. That'd be fine, then just drop a pin down like that.
Let's make a new hook then. Like this.
That's very doable.
Shall we make this then?
Yeah.
We go for this.
We're making a new hook to lift the truck out of the mud.
We'll drop a pin like this through the hole on the pad eye on the front of the truck, and we'll put a piece of rigging behind that. So this will hold the rigging in that pad eye, and the crane will be able to pick up the front of the truck.
Now we try to get a hook into the hole where the pin has to be. It's just a difficulty.
Okay, are you ready to go to the front?
Yep. Get the hooks down at about 340 meters.
Danny coming down on crane.
There they are.
That's good. All stop?
All stop, all stop.
All stop.
Ready to make something happen here, Ryan?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can see. Did the way.
Yes, yes. You're good.
Well done, guys.
Nice job from the guy from the RV.
Well, it's a small step for man, a giant leap for Orcaland.
Now, right now, we're moving the truck so that it's in the perfect position to set the clump weights down and the box over it.
There it goes. All stop, Dean. All stop.
You can definitely feel a little bit of tension in the air because it's the last day.
We're gonna try to lift the fuel truck today.
We lower down the box, there's no problem. Very slowly, because we don't have a lot of room to play with. We have only 20 centimeters each side.
When DWRC is over the truck, we go to service. Jeff, at the moment of lifting, boom in the water. All hands on deck and assisting wherever you can. Any questions? Make it a lovely day.
Yeah, everything is in place.
Daniel, DWRC is ready to go.
We are lowering the DWRC just above the truck.
We're dangling these things down 355 meters below the surface of the water. It's really difficult to lower that right over it. They only have that much room on every side to get that box over the truck. It's full of fuel. It's not much space. We still don't know the exact condition of it. If you just tap it, if something's going to leak, the last thing you want to do is hit the truck.
There are plenty of difficulties that can happen.
All stop, all stop.
Whoa! We just put down the lifting beams. Right now, it's getting hung up on something under the bumper. We're just going to have to try a couple different things.
Dean, all stopper. Oh. If we lift it up just a little more, can you try to grab it and see if there is a little movement? Okay.
Come on, come on. Grab it. Look at that. It went in place. How cool is that?
Right in the box. Good shot.
And we are going for the trucks.
Okay, well I better phone everybody and get them going.
Yeah, get things going.
We're gearing up for a potential try for the truck.
This is what we've been waiting for.
There's a little excitement in the air. It's going to work.
80 meters, 80 meters.
Almost there, gentlemen. 70 meters. Come on, keep on. Keep on. We're going. Come on.
We'll be ready in case there is any release with our response people. I don't anticipate there's going to be a problem.
Yeah, we're getting close, but we're not there yet.
25 meters, 25 meters.
Let's blow the wire.
Right now, it's kind of an intense time.
If there's a significant amount in that truck, having that containment over the top is going to be a huge thing.
It's a time bomb really down there, isn't it?
Now we're actually at a point where everything's coming together and we could have this truck up on the surface pretty soon.
We keep it for a moment like this, securing the divers.
Diver ready?
They're ready to dive. There's some straps going under the truck in the box to make sure that it doesn't fall out. Once it comes out of the water, it's all, of course, going to be heavier. So we want to make sure these straps are in place so that it doesn't fall out the bottom of the box.
Looks so far so good, yeah. We got to get it out of the water. This is the tricky part.
Yeah, it's rigging the
Just one or?
No, all.
All three?
Yeah, because when we come through the surface, that might be the problem.
It seems we got oil inside the DWRC, and that is exactly where it's built for. So once the diver has secured the truck, we'll connect up the hoses and we'll pump off the fuel.
Diver is coming out.
We're preparing to pump off some oil that's in there. It's black oil. I think it's engine oil.
Okay.
That's clean now. And we can take her on deck.
Danny, can you heave up a little bit more? Can you go up a little bit higher, Danny? A little bit higher. One lift straight into the box. Okay, gentlemen, lift her out.
We brought the truck up from the bottom and it was quite an experience.
There's a truck on the deck, so
I'm happy. Absolutely fabulous. Spot on.
Great engineering, brilliant engineering and execution. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. We just picked the truck up off the bottom, 1,200 feet of water. It's amazing.
Well done.
Die capability mag je loslaten nou, hoor.
Well, very relieved that everything worked out as we had planned. Jeroen, jij verdient de credit.
I think Jeroen, the engineer, made absolutely spot-on engineering there. It's perfect.
Very impressed with how well it went and how well planned it was.
Yeah, we got it out. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We know we have removed a very significant risk from this area, and the local residents and people of British Columbia are pretty happy about what we've done.